I'm going to break character for a bit. And yes, my YouTube persona is just a character. I think I'm losing my mind. It's hard to say, but severe mental illnesses run in my family, like schizophrenia, delusional disorder, things like that. And anytime I notice inconsistency with my life, I immediately go to a mental health professional just to make sure I'm alright. And I'm going to have to do that again because something big happened and it's screwing with my head. And I'm wanting to see if it's normal or if I'm just lost my mind. And it seems inconsequential to some, but small things can add up. And the thing is that until I went to bed last night, I mean, till this morning, I was convinced, and I remember my YouTube username being Tyrannisis's Life and Stuff. And the reason is because my old username for YouTube, before I changed it, because I wanted to change, because my highly religious father is dying of heart failure. And he sometimes, occasionally, watches my videos, and I didn't want him to see Tyrannisus Luciferus. It sounds kind of demonic, and I was going for that thing. I was a young little shithead when I first made my YouTube name, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be provocative, but I didn't want that if my dad was watching my videos, and so I changed it to Tyrannisis's Life and Stuff because I wanted to keep one of those, and I figured my dad would have liked Tyrannisus over Luciferus because, by the way, Luciferus is the scientific name for it's the species name for the vampire squid. But my dad isn't really highly educated, so he wouldn't know that. And the Tyrannisus is a old dinosaur. It had something to do with tyrannosaurs, like Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's something to do with that, but it's obsolete. So I chose two names that had to do with biology that just sounded cool. But I woke up this morning and my YouTube name apparently has always been Luciferus' Life and Stuff. I mean, not always, but since the change. And honestly, it just doesn't make sense to me. And it's fucking with my head. And since I know that these type of mental breaks are things that my mom experiences when she has a bout of mental instability, and it's what my sister experiences before she just flies off the handle due to her illness. I'm gonna go and get checked out by a psychologist to see if something's happening up here, because some of the breaks that happen with schizophrenia, for example, in the early stages, is drastic changes in memory. Because part of it's delusions, and delusions don't mean that you believe something because it's convenient. Delusions physically change your reality and makes it where your memory isn't reliable. And so people that are delusional will tell you things that they believe because that's how they remember it in their own brain. They don't remember it any other way. Like, a good example is that there are people that were delusional that will stand on a bench for hours, but they remember going to the movies, seeing a movie, and coming back to the park, sitting on the bench. That's what they remember, but that's not what happened. Their memory is physically modified by the delusion. And I hate to say it, but this qualifies as a memory modification. that can possibly be from delusions. And as scary as that is, I'm gonna have to go and get on top of this. Because what's more reasonable, that YouTube changed my name and then went through my emails and changed everything to fuck with just with me, or due to an advertising campaign, which is the only reasonable explanation I can come up with, other than I'm delusional. You see what I mean? There's more, and it's more likely that something happened to me than something happened with YouTube. Well, until next time, bye.